What's up, jokers? Let's see. Where my chat at? Hi, folks. I mean, I really gotta tell you, folks. I really gotta fucking tell you. It ain't my week, I gotta tell you. If anybody's in the chat, please let me know, because I'm having trouble learning how to use this streaming platform, this third-party app. I have no idea if there's anyone in here or not. No strings attached. I'm not going to shit on you or anything, but I should like to know that it's working. Where the fuck did my tobacco go, goddammit? In advance, I would apologize. I cuss a lot and I smoke in my streams. If it bothers you to hear someone cursing, remember that your president eats babies. And if it bothers you to see someone smoking, remember secondhand smoke cannot be a problem through a live stream. And you should really prioritize the things that concern you. It's the end of the world, folks. I just had papers in my fucking hand. I swear to God. It's remarkable the way that I misplace shit, you know? Ooh, got the There's absolutely no one in this stream, is there? Oh, there goes the garbage man. Competition, folks. Fresh meat. I'm taking a shit in my backyard. What a lively stream this is turning out to be, huh? Ain't a soul in here, and I'm using 4 platforms. Christ. And I have so much to say this morning, actually. I've got a lot on my mind. But I don't want to get into the meat of it before there's anyone here to hear it. Not that it's of any value to anyone, but I figure if I have something to say, I should try to fit it into a stream somewhere, since I'm not really doing much stand-up anymore. Well, there ain't a soul in this motherfucker. So I'm the only loser streaming right now. You guys want to watch Hassan eat instead? Man, YouTube has some really interesting live streams. I'm back from the hospital. That's right. Thank you. Yeah, they wanted to hold on to me to make sure that my infection was not contagious, and they let me go as soon as that was confirmed. So, man, I really put that up. Hey, thank you. I put that up. Chat box right in the worst spot, didn't I? I wonder if I can adjust the layers from here. I appreciate it. I'm Waskley. Thank you. Am I still streaming here? Yes. I need to edit this real quick, folks. There we go. Okay. I was just editing the placement of the chat box so it wasn't obstructing your view of me. Because I know what the people came to see. So let's see. Yesterday there was a homeless woman sitting in the middle of the bike path in broad daylight with the sun beating down on her, and she was setting garbage on fire, and she was covered in horseflies, and she was yelling at anybody who happened to be passing by that the horseflies had tracking devices in them so that the government could keep tormenting her with horseflies. And I was kind of jealous of her because she exists in such a severe state of delusion that it never occurred to her for even a moment that she might be a homeless woman sitting in the middle of the bike path in broad daylight with the sun beating down on her, setting garbage on fire, and that might just be the kind of thing that regular horseflies like. That's a great deal of self-importance. You know what I mean? Just this is why I think that this idea that you can manifest your future, or that the law of attraction, or this power of positive thinking dog shit. I think that it's one of the most irresponsible things that you could actually do for yourself and the people around you. It's incredibly not just pointless. One of my ears is limp. That's not the only thing that's limp. It's absolutely not just pointless, but it's actually bad for you because she's sitting there covered in horseflies, and she's so convinced that she's important that she would rather believe that the government has developed these little nanotechnologies to follow her around and bother her than realize the state that she's in and the condition. And that's what a lot of this this power positive thinking is, that people believe limp is bad. I suppose that there's many schools of thoughts on that. Oh, that's good. Yeah, just go ahead and pollute my stream with dog shit, why don't you? Barefoot handmaiden. That's funny. So yeah, that's like I was saying. I had a friend. It was my best friend, actually, and she was one of these people who was so very convinced that just through sheer magnetism and belief alone, that if she was convinced that she had already arrived, that it was only a matter of time before the universe provided her with the life that she was behaving as though she already had. And then she got drunk and fell asleep smoking in bed, lit her own face on fire, and died before any of that happened. So it kind of leaves you wide open to a lot of things you weren't prepared for if all you think you need to do is become convinced that you are this thing you want to be. And just as like kind of a side note, if you're a person who says, when I say that, yeah, I actually did manifest my destiny, and all these good things have been provided to me by the universe strictly through the power of positive thinking, that's not what provided it. It might be privilege, it might be your circumstances, some of it might be hard work, some people combine the whole thing, but it's only a matter of time before a reality comes along. And, you know, we all die. You're going to be sitting in your deathbed convinced that you're going to be able to positive think your way out, and you won't. You got to be careful, man. You got to sit there every once in a while and look at yourself and wonder, what kind of horseflies am I really covered in right now? Also, dress for the job you want. You can't just come out there talking that shit and be a homeless woman. You know what I mean? You gotta be a person that the FBI is interested in following. You can't just be talking to talk. Yeah, I mean, like, I've never in my entire life not had imposter syndrome while I was in any status that had any substance to it. The only times that I did not have imposter syndrome was when I was an imposter, when I was running some kind of con. And I love this idea that people think that the universe in its infinite wisdom is unable to tell what a fucking fraud you are. Like you are just showing up with your yellow vest and your clipboard and your hard hat, and the universe is just some tired foreman who doesn't know his staff and doesn't have the time to care anyways. Yeah, the universe in all its infinite wisdom is going to just, you're all your dreams? Yeah, okay, got it. You're not going to be able to lie to the universe in the same way you can lie to yourself or anyone else, you know? It's going to take more than that. And that's coming from a true failure. I'm a loser. And here's another piece of wisdom for you. Failing isn't just for failures. It's for everyone. Failures just have more experience. So take that to heart. This is soon, at some point in your life, even if things are going well, it's going to spiral, I promise you. And you're going to wish that you'd built up more resilience as someone who knows how to lose. You're gonna wish you'd figured out earlier on how to cope when you don't have the things. You don't actually need most of the things you think you need. And once you lose all those things, you'll start to realize that. And that's when you actually develop things that matter. There's been times I've been, out in the street for extended periods of times. And there's this temptation, because people are like, it's amazing how homeless people just fucking steal from each other. And you just like, what do you I don't have anything. And you keep fucking stealing it. And I don't know how I'm ever going to get myself out of this situation or into any place better than this without becoming a thief myself, because I don't fucking have anything because people keep stealing it. And then the realization I came to was that, no, once I start acting that way, that's when I won't have anything. Because all that other shit doesn't, as long as I don't become that, I have the only thing. But yeah, your status is false. You're covered in horseflies. Take a good look at yourself. Clean yourself up. The government isn't spying on you. You probably just need to take a shower and get up out of the fucking bike path. Oh, why does it smell worse in the bathtub? That's because I bathe in oatmeal and Louisiana hot sauce. Personally, I spend a lot of time in poison oak, and also I only shit in the tub. Personally, with no water a lot of the time, and my clothes on. And the lights are off, and it's not my house, and the people who live there have been dead for months, and they gotta make the call, I did something bad. You know how it do when you're in the tub, just splish splashing, taking a bath. Yeah, I imagine the answer to that question is really just like a person by person thing, you know what I mean? Well, the reason that it smells worse for you is probably different than the reason that it smells worse for me. Me, it's because I'm bathing in discarded organs and Louisiana hot sauce and oatmeal. You is probably because you're just in the warm water, you're relaxing, it gets in these little pockets, you're naked, your clothes aren't diluting it, that sort of thing. Also, the smells from the shampoo are kind of conflicting against it, so it sticks out more. That's probably the case for you. Me is because I'm cackling in the discarded organs of the residents of the home I'm bathing in, covered in oatmeal and Louisiana sauce. What can I say? I'm a wascally wabbit. No, I am in Arizona in the United States. Bunny ears and hot sauce is an interesting combination, I suppose. You know, my patron saint, Bugs Bunny, would often, you know, dress in drag, molest hunters, bathe in soup broth. You know, he'd throw ketchup all over the place so that people would think that he was killed, which was kind of the point I had thought. But it really seemed to rattle old Elmer. He was not cut out for the great outdoors, I don't think. The guy was a little, he seemed like a veteran or something, you know what I mean? He just like fucking was a little rattled by things. Hey, can someone tell me, is this chat thing that I got up, is it in the way of me? Because it looks like it's in the way of me from where I'm sitting. But is that what you guys are seeing too? I'm still trying to learn how this app works here. It is, okay. Now tell me, is this better? So let me try something very quickly. Sorry for fucking around while I'm on the stream. That's the one. Okay, so is that, someone say something so that I can see if my chat box is obstructing the view here. Someone just say anything. You can insult me, you can insult my family, you can insult, there's so many things that you can insult. Whatever you do, don't say something nice though. Just throw something insulting in the chat box so that I can see if it's obstructing your view of me. Because I need people to be able to see me so that they can insult me. Because people are going to come into the stream, they're going to see all these insults, and they're going to be like, who's this faggot? And then they're not going to know which faggot it is. By the way, I'm gay, I like to say the word faggot. So hopefully that softens it for you. If it doesn't, swipe up. I don't know what to say. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with this right now is see if this pickup that I built is gonna work out the way that I had hoped. I don't have my own soldering iron, so I had to go over to a friend's and borrow theirs. And we're gonna see if I soldered this correctly. Ears are cool, but face is blocked. How about now? Is this manageable at least? Is I can see that the text is kind of small on the screen. I'm wondering if you guys are just seeing the exact same thing I am, or not. Hi, Fiza. Thank you for coming into the stream. Right now I'm trying to figure out some of the technical difficulties here, and we're discussing some of the finer points of smells and bathing, and becoming destitute and alone in the streets someday covered in horseflies. So I hope you're having an excellent morning, because that's what we got on deck for you right now. So this is what I'm using as a pickup. This is the speaker from a little Bluetooth speaker that I pulled out of a dumpster. And I've soldered it to this 1/4-inch jack, hopefully correctly. We are about to find out. I'm gonna put it through, I bored a hole in the bottom of this spoon. I'm gonna put it through this end facing up so it catches the vibrations from the strings. And we'll see if we're in business or not. did I have the presence of mind to bring with me a screwdriver of some kind? I did not. You're from India. That's fascinating. It seems like it's only recently been something that's been brought to my attention that a tremendous amount of people on the internet are from India, more so than the United States, if not significantly more of them. So there's a lot of people who just like farm content for people specifically in India using AI just to print money. Maybe I should just learn how to do that. Maybe I should just learn how to fucking print money with AI before the ship sails, you know? Okay. Goodbye. I appreciate that. Anyone in here, please let me know before you leave so that I can say goodbye and we'll all know that you've moved on to greener pastures. Well, do you think it was the curse word or just she's bored of people talking about India? It's an interesting way of breaking the ice. It's like you walk into a room of people socializing and be like, hey, I'm from India. Peace. Didn't even stick around to see if anyone gave a shit. Okay, so now we've got this screwed into the back there. I gotta figure out a way to seal this guy down. But I suppose first we can check and see if it works. I'm gonna need a 1/4-inch cable. Do I have a 1/4-inch cable? That's the question. Am I going to have to resolder a 1/4-inch cable? That might be a pretty frustrating experience. Up here behind me, that's a painting that my friend who was mentioned before, who burned herself alive, did. It's one of the only things I have left to remember her by. She always did these paintings of Bill Murray and Leonardo DiCaprio and Rodney Dangerfield for some reason, over and over and over again. She painted these people's faces. And that was pretty cool. It actually adds a lot of character to the painting that it has all these spots on it, but that's actually from the house fire. That wasn't a flourish that she took. That's just how it came out. And so too shall we all someday. I'm gonna roll a cigarette. And then we're gonna get to work on this this guitar I'm working on. Giant wooden spoon. Wooden yardstick from Ace Hardware. Used to say the helpful place on it. 3 banjo strings. There's a spring on there for a little bit of resonance. That's a Bluetooth speaker I pulled out of the trash. I just kind of pulled the speaker out of it. And there's a little audio jack that I've soldered to it. And we're gonna see if it works here in a moment. Anyone here good at rolling cigarettes? I find that rolling cigarettes is easy for me, but if you incorporate any marijuana in there, things start to kind of come apart for me. I'm not a weed smoker myself. Somebody was doing a bit at an open mic that I was at recently about how they like that in the J.R.R. Tolkien universe, that in spite of the fact that they're in a completely different dimension or whatever, the author saw fit to include weed in their universe. They're always smoking weed in there. And I thought that was interesting. I thought it would have been funny to have them do meth instead, you know? Gandalf comes up. Frodo's like, "You're late." And Gandalf is like, "Yes." Because he's a meth addict. Yo, dog, I lose goddamn everything I own constantly. I'm looking. I just had a lighter. Fucking. There we go. Okay. Good God. I'm falling apart over here, folks. I can see this streaming thing slowly leading someone to lose their mind, you know? Because if you're trying to get like the thing going, the technique is you gotta figure out how to keep talking even when there's nobody fucking in here. And then apparently, I don't know yet, you work your way through to the other side where there's so many fucking people in there that you can't even acknowledge the chat. And you're basically talking to yourself again. And the shit that goes on inside your head as you drift off to sleep when that's something that you're routinely in that space as, it's gotta be fucking weird, man. You probably can't sit on the toilet without thinking, like, just like in the back of your mind being like, oh shit, they're watching. But they're not, you know what I mean? You're just like used to that. It's like, have you ever been, like, when you were a kid, you'd go swimming all day long, and then when you go lay down, you feel like you're in the pool still? It's gotta feel like that, but with like this really intense parasocial thing. Or when I worked at Jack in the Box, there was a bell that would go off whenever someone drove through the drive-thru, right? And while I was asleep, I would hear that motherfucker and snap up. That's gotta have like happen with people who stream big time to like thousands of people all the time. They're just like laying there asleep and they're like, oh shit, I didn't say anything for 30 seconds, I'm gonna lose. The chat's gonna turn on me. And it can't be good for you because like you can't, because it's such a long, like people who stream, they stream all day long, man. A lot of them that make a lot of money, they stream all fucking day long. And you can't just sit in one spot with thousands of eyes on you with the expectation that you just talk and talk and talk and talk the entire time without it starting to bleed into your... There's people who spend more time with thousands of people staring at them fucking yammer than they do alone or just in life. And I imagine that spills over into like you just in the back of your mind you always feel like that. You gotta feel like you're being like you got yourself gang stalked or some shit. You know, you Truman showed your ass. But fortunately for me, we are nowhere near those kind of numbers yet. And I honestly struggle to believe that I ever will be. I will probably end up, best case scenario, in this, just as I have any other art form or project, having a modest, but hopefully dignified in some way. I don't dignified is the wrong word for it. I do stand up and I'm very good at it, but I'm extremely unsuccessful. But my peers respect what I do, but they're not my friends. So there's, it's pure merit, the respect I get, but it has gotten me nothing. You ask anyone though who watches my stand-up, yeah, he's funny, but don't have him come over here. Hold on, I'm trying to find a jack. Don't give up on me, chat. I care so very deeply for what you think of me and how I make you feel and how you make me feel. And on I yammer as a result. Okay. So I'm going to have to manufacture or remanufacture another quarter-inch jack. Jack. Because I spliced my last one to build something else. I won't go into details about it because it's boring and I'm already bored. Which doesn't bode well for someone who is attempting to entertain all two of you. Hello, well, I have no idea what's going on in your lives that you've decided to, at almost 7 o'clock in the morning, spend your time with me talking to myself. My guess is nothing. And I feel pretty confident about that. But let's ask some questions, huh? What do you say? Let's get a little dialogue going. In love relationships, is honesty always the best policy? Let's get to the heart of this. Yep, you're about to witness a man splice a wire with his teeth. Now that is not privilege. That's something I worked hard for. I have nice teeth for a drug addict my age, and I work hard to keep them that way. No, I'm gonna get a knife. Come on, buddy. Get it together. Here we go. I'm taking a shit in my backyard. Lock the front door, oh boy. Got to sit down, take a shit on the lawn. Landlady is smelling it, and I'm burying it in the sand. It's from the Creedence Grey Water removal. For all you mobile home enthusiasts. For all you warriors of the road. It's crazy how so many elderly couples, they retire, when they retire, they go on this journey, this foray into they decide they want to get an RV and travel the country, take pictures, go sightseeing, just live in an RV together. Because it's man, you know how I'd like to spend my golden years? Like a heroin addict at a bus stop. I'm trying to find somewhere to plug my phone in. I want to be in a rest area with my hungry wife, wearing a fanny pack, trying to figure out why I can't get this fucking thing to start. I wasted all my money on this thing and now I live in it. And you know what? That would be a dream for me, man. I would love it, dude. If I had an RV that ran, I think that might solve all my fucking problems. Honestly. Really. My bar is incredibly low by most people's standards, I think. You know, if I had a running RV that was in reasonably good condition, I could make the money to put in the gas tank. I could feed myself. I always figure it out. But to just have something that is a combined place to live and way to get around, those are the only two things in life that I really desire. Is a place to lay my head and a way to run. So we're just gonna do a quick splice on this one just to see if the fucking thing works first, and then we'll get a little bit more involved with it. I think I've got heat shrink here somewhere. First, let's just make sure the thing fucking works. So this is my bass amp. I got this from the scrap heap at the scrapyard. Someone just kicked it right into the steel pile, and I paid the guy that runs the place $15 for it and got her up and running. It's a vintage stack. It's got a couple little cosmetic defects. I need to fix some of these potentiometers on it, but it works. I fixed it. More repurposed garbage on the way, folks. I'm gonna plug this in. Hey, Amy Poehler got a television program. Here come Amy Poehler, very talented young lady, gonna be the television program. Amy Poehler, everybody, come on, watch out. Here come Amy Poehler, everybody. Amy Poehler gonna be a television movie star. She got a television program on a TV program. Here come Amy Poehler, everybody. Put your hands together. Come fucking Amy Poehler. Alright? So sometimes it needs to warm up for a second. Let's see if it's going to do that with me today. Yeah, looks like it. Oh, there it goes. Alright. So it's warmed up already. Cross your fingers, folks. No, I have soldered it wrong. Whoa, my bad. Okay, well, let's figure out what we did wrong here. So this jack I actually pulled off of a strobe light that I had that is now the spot on me now, actually, because I didn't need a strobe light, but I did need a spot, and this jack. I might need to disassemble this whole motherfucker to figure out what's going on here. You know, this would seem like such a frantic and chaotic and pointless way to spend your time if I didn't have so many things that resulted from it successfully. I'm glad that I've got that on the record at this point. I do make guitars that work while going through this process. Pooped in the fridge. If you want cold poop, better poop in the fridge. Come on, get off of there, bastard. If anybody's been saying anything, I've been missing it. I'm sure it was of little substance in the first place, so I feel no remorse. All one of you watching, whoever it is, weirdos. That's my new favorite genre of YouTube streamer. So there's YouTube streamers that are just homeless guys asking for money. And then there's YouTube streamers who watch the streams of these homeless guys asking for money and make fun of them. And thousands of people watch it. And the most amusing part is the fact that this guy's got a superiority thing going. When it's like, dude, you are making your money off of this guy that you think so little of. I'll never understand that. Like, there's just something in people that thinks, like, just to even take the time to criticize someone that you think very little of is almost like doing yourself a disservice. You know, it's like, alright, so this guy is a piece of shit. And you came up in here and witnessed that long enough that you felt compelled to draft something and then send it. And so now all you are is someone who is witness to this person, which puts you beneath them, to me. There's like one request had invalid code. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. I'm gonna just go stick to just YouTube and not use this Streamlabs thing for a little while here in a second because I'm not sure I totally understand it. So I'll hop back on in just a moment.